What's happening, y'all? What's up? Welcome back to the Humble Pop Podcast. Welcome back, man. As you can see, we upgraded things a little bit on set. You know, got the brown table going.
Might look black on camera. That's what she said.
You know what I'm saying? I got my favorite neighborhood rich auntie.
Hey.
Leader in the building.
Hey, y'all.
The ism of all ism, Big Bro Wallace.
Your favorite neighborhood drug dealer.
Get yourself together.
I get that, man. But it's been a little minute since we've been on set. I'm glad to have you all back on set, man. Glad to be back in the building. Yeah, it is now officially fall season.
That it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Hence the hat.
My favorite.
You see she got the browns on.
You know what I'm saying? The sombrero. But yeah, you know, I'm glad. You know, this is my favorite time of the year, fall fashion. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But shout out to everybody that's been following, subscribing. Make sure y'all do that. This podcast don't work without y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we need y'all to share this as much as possible.
All three of y'all.
Leave a comment, good, bad. It's terrible. It's lame. It's great. Whatever. We need that engagement.
Share it.
Share it, like,
Save
dislike.
it.
If you hate it, share it.
If you like it, share it.
All that.
Save it.
All that shit.
All that, man. Shout out to my co-host, man. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to me.
Shout out to me.
No, because when I walked in, I was like, the notes are ready. We got the new table.
Man, listen. Got incense burning in here.
You know, I got my hat on. Wallace got a new sponge. Like I told him earlier, we are doing things around here.
Shout out to my bro Wallace on his fitness journey, man. Y'all see him, man.
Come through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come through.
Give him his flowers, y'all. Give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Bro been committed. You know what
About
I'm
to
saying?
get these calf implants.
Calf
I'm
implants.
I heard them this summer.
My mans, we cannot get the calf implant.
Oh, man.
It's finna be one this summer.
Lord,
hey, low key, this time of year you get in shape though for the summer. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. You know, last episode we talked about protecting black men and women. You know what I'm saying? We had some decent feedback on that. You know what I'm saying? Went semi-viral. You know what I mean? We getting there, y'all. Keep stay with us. So what's been going on with you, Nolita, since the last time we saw you?
Work. Filmed a movie. So that was...
It's done. You finished it already?
Yeah, so we filmed it in 9 days. I was on set for probably about 4 out of the 9 days.
Right.
So
Set.
Great experience. Super excited for the part 2 that I'm going to be in too. So, I'm just
we
out here
already
working.
greenlit for part
Out
2.
here working, you know.
I'm going to be in part 2. Playing your neighborhood drug dealer.
You know what? Just for that, we're going to cast him as a pastor. We want to test his range.
Oh, yeah.
Test his range.
That's what's up. So that's what's up, Nolita. Glad to hear that. Wallow, what's been going on with you? I know I kind of spoiled it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, on your fitness time. But
just grinding as usual, man.
Okay.
You know, I can't really say much more than that. It's the same thing every day. You know what I'm saying? Wake up 5 in the morning.
Okay.
Go to sleep at 4 the next day.
Wait, what?
That's the real grind right there. You know what I'm saying?
My math ain't too good, but I'm gonna try that one. It's like you a zombie, bro, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know what I'm saying?
There's peace and rest. I just want you.
That's true.
There's peace and
That is
rest.
true.
So guess what, y'all? I got a new segment I want to, add on the
Wait,
pod.
what you been up to?
Yes.
I always forget that part.
Yes.
What you
What
been-
have you
I
been
always
up to?
forget that part. Thank y'all. Let's see. You know what? I've been just trying to evolve the pod. You know what I'm saying? Think of words
Table.
like that. Yeah, got the table. I'm a visionary. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when I have ideas or creativity is flowing to me, I like to attack it head on. You know what I mean? Outside of that, man, me and my lady, we still rocking and rolling.
Behind the camera, y'all.
Shout out to his lady.
You know what I'm saying? We still doing our thing for everybody who want to know. Who don't. But, you know what I'm saying? But outside of that, man, just trying to grow, man. Having those uncomfortable conversations.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
shit.
That's something that I
Wait
like.
a minute.
We
Y'all
have
inspire me.
We
grown.
have uncomfortable conversations.
You grown.
Hence, uncomfortable is mostly me. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. That level of vulnerability, I think, just helps everybody grow as a person. You know what I'm saying? I think that's important. So that's without getting too far from me.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? I want that's what I've been on. Just trying to grow.
Growth.
That's what's up.
Grow my mental health. Because
Grown man
mental health
stuff.
awareness, but
We like
you know what I'm
that.
saying?
We like that.
We don't. So, new segment. True or false?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna shoot one to you, Nolita, Auntie, and Big Wallow. Basically, it's true or false. It ain't really that difficult.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The winner get a cookie.
What? I need to see the cookie first.
And I need to know what's in it.
It's gluten free.
But nah, see, we ate last time, so I know everything over here is legit. Because I damn near licked the plate. Okay.
If producer cooked it, it's
yes, producer. That I trust.
Y'all know I ain't.
That's what I say. I need to see.
He's on microwave.
You still
Consider
microwave pizza puffs.
Hey, the air fryer. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Thank God for it. All right, true or false? Nolita.
Yes.
Cheaters always gonna cheat. True or false?
No.
No. Okay.
Wait, whoa. That's not true or false.
Is a cheater always gonna cheat?
False.
False?
Yeah.
Okay. Why you how you make change your mind? She said true. She said true. Wallace. That's false? You said it's false. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's false.
Women with daddy issues have relationship issues. Bruh.
That question is worded.
I mean, if a woman
false?
has, if a woman has daddy
False
issues,
with a question mark?
If a woman has daddy issues, will she have relationship issues? True or false? I'm telling you that.
False?
I'm telling you, women that have daddy issues have relationship issues. Is that true or false?
False?
That's false?
Yeah.
Okay. Last one, Nolita. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, it's not the last one.
Okay.
Hurt people.
Yes. True.
True or
yes.
false? Okay. Now, this is for either one of y'all. French fries originated in France.
False.
Oh, y'all smart! Where they originated, y'all know?
America, probably.
No.
It's some Norwegian country. Like it's some Dutch stuff.
It's Belgium.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. And so what? Because I didn't know before. So now we all know. Now we all bright. Now we all smart.
Learn something new.
True or false? Hamburgers was invented in Hamburg.
What?
Hamburgers were invented in Hamburg.
Hamburg. That's a place in Germany, in Europe somewhere. I'm gonna say false, bro, because I don't know.
It's true, bro.
We're gonna fact check that. I got the laptop right here.
We're gonna fact check it.
Humble Pat Facts. Go look them up. They on the back of your left
y'all. Welcome back. That was fun. So welcome back to the Humble Pat Podcast. We appreciate y'all. Seriously, though, appreciate y'all for tuning in to us. So we're gonna get into today's topic. So in life, we go about, we try to be around the right people in our lives. You know what I'm saying? But in our lives, things don't always typically go that way. So we try to surround ourselves. We lose family, we lose friends. Mm-hmm. So today I want to talk about that, like actually choosing the right partner, choosing the right business partner, life partner, and partners or associates in our life. Now this can mean a couple things, obviously. So before we get started, just like before, or before we continue, I have a video.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now the video is going to be on the feed, so y'all can cool your jets. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put this video up. It's about 2 or 3 minutes. And then, that's going to get the conversation going. And we're going to go from there. Damn.
Hold on. Look, man, I was not going to respond to this video of my ex that's now gone viral. She is loving it. Congratulations, you went viral again over something else that you said because you're trying to build up your YouTube page and get your followers up. Listen, man, listen. If you had people in your ear that influenced you into leaving your husband and your 1-year-old child, your innocent 1-year-old child, we both were divorcee kids, grew up in toxic environments, torn in between our old family, new family, stepfather, stepmother. That's a life that we both lived. And you packed up a 1-year-old, put a COVID mask on top of the Ring cameras, and I was literally in an airplane on my way home to fight for my marriage and my family. You're heartless. None of your friends recognize you. This is all about money. If you had friends in your ear, you're lying, you're gaslighting, you're playing. The only person that was in your ear was your mama. Her name is Patricia Randolph. You didn't have people in your ear. The amount of people that was supposedly in your ear, you also had a whole lot of people like Aventer Gray, Taffy Dollar, Creflo Dollar's wife, who married us. You had a whole lot of people in your ear telling you that you're about to do something stupid, impulsive, and y'all are actually not going through anything that would make you want to leave your husband. Let's go even further. When Aventer Gray and Pastor John Gray were having their own marital issues at the time, you arranged a therapy session with Aventer Gray at our house. And when she walked out of her therapy session, she walked into the foyer where the Bumblebee is, and there was 50 boxes with like 7 or 8 people there packing up all to leave the house. And I was in an airplane on my way home to try and fight and save our marriage. So if you had people in your ear at the time, they must be still in your ear, because you're still trying to get $20,000 a month for a 5-year-old. You make $160,000 a year on your own. This is all a game. You're clout chasing. You're something that I don't even know. A simple woman, not into materialistic things, don't care about fame and mansions and popularity. You're everything that you told me and all of your friends and loved ones that you wasn't. If you wanted to be famous, boo-boo, that's all you had to say. You didn't have to play this game that you wasn't. Now you out here playing on single mothers and their emotions, playing on women that are actually in abusive relationships and marriages that are toxic and dark and dysfunctional. That's not what that was. You think I would have a song entitled "I Don't Think You Ever Loved Me" if I didn't really feel that way? You think I would have a song out called "Love Transaction" if I didn't realize?
Let's just take a second to not acknowledge the filter that he had on the entire time. But yes, he had on a beauty filter.
I thought his lens was there.
Had on a beauty filter.
I thought his lens was there.
No clue. Yeah, so he said a ton, y'all. Like
a lot.
Tyrese said a ton, and his response, I don't know if you all have watched it, was from his interview, from Samantha's interview on Hardly Initiated podcast.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I didn't see it.
So she did a 2.5-hour podcast interview with these two gentlemen on this podcast, and his response on that video was to that podcast, or to her on that podcast. Okay. And she said a lot of different things on that podcast. Obviously, Tyrese has had his bit, so I'm gonna get right into some of the things that I want you guys to see, that they mentioned in the video. Mm-hmm. So, a few questions I got here.
And Tyrese was very clear-headed.
Very.
More clear-headed than we've seen him in rants.
Because I think a few episodes ago, and I brought up how the world laughed at him when he got on the internet and he was going through that ordeal.
Because he was being emotional as a man.
Exactly. And, when you're emotional as a man, you are, weak or considered weak. And we talked about that.
Mm-hmm. $13,000 a month. How much more do you want from me?
Man,
he was being emotional, and then he also spoke to DJ Envy when he went to the Breakfast Club about the fact that it wasn't explained to him the effects of the drug that he was given to help him with depression, what the negative effects could be.
Will Smith, you owe me $5,000. Will Smith gonna give me a check for $5 million.
And that boy gone.
And that's why I said choosing the right partners or people around you in situations like this is very important.
Mm-hmm.
That brother was actually going through some things, and we can't speak on their marriage. We can only know what they tell us. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not about choosing sides. Mm-hmm. The conversation is about perspective. You know what I'm saying? And how the world perceives couples and things of that nature. So, Nolita, Auntie.
Yes.
Should married people listen to their single friends?
I think it's depending on the context in which of what advice you're looking for, right? Mm-hmm. So I have a certain level of experience that I can share because, yes, I was engaged at one point. So I do understand relationships up until a certain point when you are preparing for that lifelong covenant. Now, what that looks like on the other side when technically you're not supposed to leave, I can't give you nothing on that. And I'm going to be like,
so many times women get to that point and, like Samantha said, she's a runner.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't want to stay. They don't want to stay in a situation because at the first sign of trouble, they out of that. Now, I will give y'all a little history because I've been doing my homework on this. I want to be more knowledgeable about the situation.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So when they met, Tyrese proposed to her within like the first couple months. Mm-hmm. Which to me, as a man, you don't know this woman. As pretty as she may be on the surface, but when you know, you know. Mm-hmm. At the same time, Tyrese is an older guy. He's been in the entertainment industry. Mm-hmm. So to me, though, Huh?
He ain't that old.
I mean, he old enough to know what he wants.
Right.
He in his 40s.
So her response was, well, he was very intentional. So she was excited, which is why she accepted the original engagement. Like, you excited about something? Yeah, I'm all for that. You know what I mean? But on the second hand, he comes and saying the video how it was never love.
Okay.
So was he tricking himself? Like, was he psyched into thinking this woman was genuinely for him?
Sometimes, when you desire love, you will paint a different picture than the reality that you actually live in. So it's like he may have thought that on paper, he said she has a career, she earns her own money. Okay, so that's something. She's pretty, she would have aspirations of being a YouTube person. She had been active in that way. So to him, all of that lined up, but he wasn't paying attention to the lack of the connection, like the genuine connection, when you're not bringing her into certain spaces, when you're not spending this, that, and the third, because also the advantage he has is, yes, he is an actor and a singer, things of that nature, but he does have the luxury of leisure time. So that time that they probably spent together was very concentrated, and it fast-tracked a lot of stuff. Not when they got to get up and go to work and spend time apart, and you have a different or more common level of stress. Now y'all done settled in. Now y'all have an added factor, which is children, which to what I understand from friends, kids change every situation.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get to that, too.
Both people change. So it's like he probably did do a little bit of convincing out of his yearning for love and looking for something that maybe wasn't really there for real.
Right.
Well, what's your input on that? Do you think single people can should married people actually, get advice from their single friends or listen to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the logic, anybody can have a logical opinion about something. So, regardless of whether you're single or in the situation, because a lot of married people are in a situation, you're like, yo, I don't think you should be in it. Right. I understand, but the thing is, I guess the problem with the single person giving that marriage advice is, well, you don't have these certain ties. Like, you don't have kids in your situations that are tying you to this person. You don't have things in y'all name. You don't, like,
different
you know what I'm
factors.
saying? Yeah, and it puts the person from the outside who said, oh, why you listen to a single person? They don't know nothing about you and this, that, and the third. Their logic is based off of how you probably being treated, how the relationship is going, this, that, and the third, and they're not probably putting in that the outside factors of the kids and the outside factors of we got build property in our name, we got this in our name, we got to split this up, this, that, and the third. But I do think single people can give married people advice for sure. Because a married person can give a single person advice.
True. I mean, I think it's all relative. It's all about experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The reason why I brought it up, because he was just saying people was in your ear. We're talking about Tyrese, right? He mentioned, like, the person that was in her ear talking about Samantha was her mother. You know what I'm saying? Now, parents, some parents feel obligated to get involved in their children's lives.
That's a fact.
When they marry, or just in general as adults. And for the life of me, I really don't. I mean, I think it's a certain boundary that should be set with that, though.
But that's on the spouse, though. That's on
spouse.
That's on her.
The couple.
Because if you are upset about something in the moment, and you go and you open the door for you, especially your mama, and you're a girl child, she's going to ride for you. So the moment that you open that door and you haven't she's going to be protective. And she's going to always see it from the perspective of how can this best benefit you, which is valid. But at the end of the day, you entered into a marriage with that man. So y'all are now a union. And you should be consulting or talking to him about it first and not your mama, because she can talk you out of your marriage.
Right, I'm going to say, because that nurture aspect comes into effect. Like, I got to protect my child in that way. You know what I'm saying?
That straight up biased opinion.
Yeah, for sure. So what you're hearing is definitely going to sound from the parent going to be one-sided.
And does the mama have a man?
That would matter.
Does the mama have a man?
That's another question.
What was her name? Felicia Randolph.
Do the friends have a man? Like, you have to consider the source. Same way you wouldn't get certain advice. Some people wouldn't get certain advice from single friends. If my mama didn't have a man and she miserable, and my whole life she been saying, yo daddy,
and ain't never been married.
I'm not talking to you, mama. I'm talking to you about this.
So, like, Wallace, like, I want to get into that. So what roles do the parents actually play in, I guess, if you get married what role will your parents play in your marriage? Do they have a position?
No.
You remember that thing that people used to say, like,
I ain't married my parents.
if a husband go pick up his wife and his mama who's sitting in the front seat.
Right.
It's like wife, hands down. Was
right.
Strap up, mama.
Yeah.
3 seatbelts back there.
Yeah. It's like you got
no disrespect.
You got options.
But a real mama gonna be like, no, girl.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm so outside of the parents being involved in a relationship. I don't even see a real need to ask your daddy for your hand. I don't see a need. I will do it if you want me to, but I don't see a need for that because he might not like me.
That's true.
So do we need the approval of the parents?
Because what I'm supposed to do now? I done ask your daddy. Hey, me and Joanne been going out for a while now.
Joanne.
And,
Today's selection.
I want to make it real. Yeah. What you think?
Yeah.
Hell no, nigga, I don't like you. Did that?
Yeah.
Hey, we got to break up because your daddy don't want us to get married. We had a roadblock.
If they're a decent parent, they can assess and they should have the spirit of discernment to know the difference between how they feel about you personally and the benefit that you add to their child's life. So he may not like you, but if he sees how that manifests in his daughter,
he should be like,
put that to the side. If he hold my daughter down, he protects her, he provides. I got to put my opinion to the side and say yes.
Yeah. So but the other thing is, what if your daddy ain't shit?
I'm finna say, a lot of these parents. A lot of these parents.
That's what I'm saying about the mama. Like, does the mama have a man, and why was she not considering, like, why my mama really just want to sit up on the phone till 3 a.m. and talk about my husband?
Yeah. You definitely got to consider the source and the history of said source. You know what I'm saying? Like your mom, or like, what type of woman was she coming up? You know, what type of woman is she now?
Facts.
Did you see her run?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have an unfiltered opinion or vision of your mother? Because a lot of parents grow up and you be like, damn, Ma, you was a fucking you did bad with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but a lot of people can't admit that.
Yeah.
Oh, my mama was perfect. This, that, and the third. Like, nah.
But you know what adds to that sometimes when parents aren't transparent with their kids and to show the things that they are dealing with and the trials, and they don't cry in front of their kids. They don't show conflict resolution. They don't show emotional healing and the phases of that. That's why people have these imaginary like ideas about their parents being perfect and impenetrable as far as like emotionally. You didn't show your kids nothing.
When they found out the mama been cheating on daddy, like, Mom, what? How dare you?
Like on basketball, he was
that's
hurt.
what I'm saying. Like,
So
you're not
know
giving
about.
them a realistic view of what adulthood looks like when you get older, and that's why I think it's very important for parents to understand being an example for your children is not just until 18 or to 21.
Yeah.
Most importantly, because I'm going to live the majority of my life as an adult.
Facts.
You need to be setting a better example for me once I am grown, once I am working, once I do have these kids. What does that look like for me as an adult woman?
But I think a lot of parents, and I guess I can talk about ours, they don't want to be accountable for that. They don't want you to.
Because I'm your mama. I'm
your mama. Listen to me.
That shit only account for so long.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of unaddressed issues, and when situations like this come about, it's like you can't even get genuine advice from from your parents because it's like they're not even trustworthy to that extent. And or if you do trust them, and then they lead you to a situation like Samantha and Tyrese.
Because they never been there. They never been there. They never understood the levels. For one, they never dated in this type of environment.
That level,
your mama never married a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying?
The dynamics matter.
But the thing is, she probably like, you know what to do. Get them for that money. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a lot of women whose mothers really do groom them to look at men as tricks. And I've noticed that in past friends, and that made me look at them like, if your mama taught you that about men, what did she also teach you about your friendship? So I got to keep my eye on you. Because if you'll give your body to somebody that you will actually give your body to finesse them, what would you do to me as just your friend?
Yeah, exactly. There's really no extent to what you what? That's why I said choosing the right partner.
You ain't got no loyalty to yourself. You gonna have some loyalty to me.
And a lot of it, and it's always crazy. A lot of these things and these issues always come back to like how you was brought up and how you was raised, and the household and the parenting. How crucial it is at those developmental stages that you get that guidance that you need. And like Nolita said, once you even become an adult, that's really when you want to stand pat with your parent. But some of us live in that resentment. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't even know how to come to you because their relationship hasn't been created. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been catered to in such a way where I feel comfortable to say, hey, hey dad, or hey mom, you know what I'm saying? This is how I'm feeling, or this is how this made me feel.
Yeah.
What should I do in this situation? You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I don't know, I don't remember. You know, it's this absent-mindedness to maybe trauma they may have caused us, which has led to us trauma bonded in our dating situation. Like you said, Tyrese may have been in a situation where he was looking for love, or he had been experiencing, you know, heartbreak. Then you got this temptress, Samantha, who appears to be.
Come on. He said, come on, Delilah. Delilah then came in here asking, what is your strength, man? You got 3 times to tell me.
All about the flow.
He said.
So, but when you see when you in that space, Tyrese is in, and you're looking for love, and you're looking for choosing the right partner, sometimes you are blinded by your own emotions in that sense. You know what I'm saying? And if he had that guidance of a father or a man, you know, a father figure in his life to be, hey, pump your brakes, bro. Pump your brakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
if she giving a different kind of energy than the women that he typically is in a company of, because like he said, she was very regular.
She's smart.
Very smart. So it's like
160 a year.
He accustomed to girls, you know, walking past the section and feeling like that's gonna change their life. It's like, girl, a little TNA. This man has seen this since the Pepsi commercial. This ain't nothing new to him. Like what? Like what are you doing?
So like, what people should actually be in your ear? Like when you have a relationship or a marriage that you want to work on or keep pat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's kind of like, where do you go to vent? Where do you go? Where is the safe spaces that you travel to? You know what I'm saying? To get that, because we all need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so those vent places, those safe places, first of all, you need to understand you.
Yeah.
So the once you understand you, now you know who you can allow in your world.
That part.
Because whether it's a relationship, whether it's a dating relationship, whether it's a friendship relationship, whatever that foundation is. So once you figure out you first. And then now you can establish your circle. Right. So now you can have confidence to sit down in your circle and saying, okay, I know you're going to give me an unbiased opinion because I've done this, that, and the third, and you told me what I shouldn't be doing. Right. Now you're not yes manning me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if I come to you about some relationship shit and I'm telling you what I'm doing versus what he's doing, I know you're going to give me an honest opinion and say, well, you doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. So that's why he's doing this, that, and the third. Yeah. So when you establish you, now you establish the people around you. Now, the problem is when you get in a situation where she could be in, she might have a small circle that never held her accountable. When nobody holds you accountable, you are at your own
delusion.
Delusion too. and you just sit back and you just do things and you just move on your own accord, regardless of how anybody else feels.
Yeah.
And according to Tyrese, even her friends are saying, well, they don't even recognize you no more.
Who are you?
They don't even know you no more. So because she moving at a beat of her own drum, and she don't give a fuck about what those friends around her in that circle. She don't respect them enough to respect their opinion.
But that's what happens when you don't know yourself, because that's when you start to seek the attention from strangers, and that's where like that. She's starved for that. So I mean, that it's a natural part of being on social media. At some level, we all like attention, but when you place yourself in circles with people who are not going to tell you the truth, it's because you scared of having to really face the fact that you would have to be vulnerable in telling the truth anyway. So now you just got a bunch of fake people around you, like you said, like yes people.
Fake people that now are coming around and like, yo, that's Tyrese's wife. That's a new fake, because these might be your old friends, but they got a new loyalty to you because that's Tyrese's wife.
They might be like, ooh, she could put me on with his bodyguard. It's levels to the finesse.
She can put me in the right rooms.
That part.
Then it becomes, like Tyrese said, a transaction.
Yep.
It becomes a friend transaction, associate transaction, and he called it
network
just a transaction relationship. You know, in general, you know what I'm saying? So when he was going about the situation, getting to meet her, but like you said, Wallace, knowing who you are first, and I took notes on that. Like, yeah, you know what? I gotta be secure in who I am and know what I'm about before I can choose the right people around me. Because if I'm not sure of myself, if I'm uncertain, if I'm insecure, you know, if I'm delusional, I'm gonna have all type of people around me that don't really belong. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fucked up part about it. It's like a lot of people don't start there. It's like, let me get everybody around that like me, and I like them back, and then we wonder why we get betrayed.
Right.
Yep.
We wonder why we get lied on. We wonder why
people
people
like you for the wrong reason.
Exactly. Exactly.
And want to be around for the wrong reason.
And sometimes they just want a seat at the show to
Right.
watch it all burn
facts.
down.
Yeah, you definitely gotta be careful about that. Who you venting to, who you talking to.
Wouldn't even spit on you if you was on fire.
Really. Because if the situation was reversed, would they be there for you?
That part.
It has become difficult. It's something that I remember Nolita was telling me, like, you might be going through a period of separation that you have to come to terms with that.
Right.
Understand that, hey, the people that maybe have been around you are no longer good for you, and you may no longer serve purpose for them.
Right.
Some people and things are seasonal. Some people are lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I guess the challenge in life is figuring out who meets that criteria.
Yeah.
Should I keep you around for a year? Should I keep you around for a season? You know what I'm saying? That's what gets tricky.
And the thing is, it's not even tricky.
But for me, it's kind of tricky.
Natural selection.
Okay.
You allow people to be in your circle that should be, the ones who aren't supposed to be there.
They
They'll
remove
fall
themselves.
off.
Yeah.
They'll fall off.
Yeah.
Everybody not going where you going. And they're not even going to be mad that they fell off because you're part of their natural selection. You probably fell off from them because you're not going where they're going. Like, I don't want to be in this podcast world that Vese is creating for himself.
Right.
I catch him over here when we go play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Just random. Like, it's just natural selection. Stay true to you, and everybody else around will end up being the ones that's supposed to be around.
That's what's up. So I got some things in regards to that video. I also want to get y'all see how I'm organized. I got the
Told y'all.
Hey, I need to talk about this child support.
We gonna get right there. So Tyrese. So we gonna get into that child support allegedly. We don't know because we don't have the affidavit.
Ain't no alleged.
We don't have the affidavit. We can't say he can
Once
say
she
him.
get 13
Alleged.
One time her that was getting that
From
$13,000.
mass communications law class, we gonna say alleged.
We gonna say alleged, but because we ain't picking sides. At least I ain't gonna pick.
Sue Vese.
Don't sue me.
You gonna be priced $20,000 a month is what supposedly they're now 5-year-old.
That's the new amount though.
Okay, so what was the original amount?
I think that's the same girl he was talking about.
Yeah,
He was saying she was hitting it for 13 a month.
Yeah,
And
now she won't
She want to raise to
20.
20.
Yeah.
She want to raise to 20.
So like when situations like that, when child support get involved, does co-parenting at that particular point become difficult?
It got to.
It got to.
Okay, so my personal opinion about child support. Now, I ain't got no kids, y'all.
Still gonna have an opinion.
But if a single person can give a married person advice, y'all like that callback.
He said that reference.
I ain't got no kids. But it got to be a cap on child support at some point. And I understand that he's rich and a millionaire and all 10 times over. I need a $2,000 cap.
2,000.
$2,000.
Come on now.
$2,000.
How about creating a child support card that only works toward things that for goods for services for kids? I mean, you got a link card, right? It only works for food.
But with $20,000 on it?
I'm not saying with 20 G's. I'm just saying even if it is 20 G's on there, she can only spend it on
But this is what we were
the
saying.
kid and not the lace fronts.
Okay,
bundles.
so yes, holding her accountable.
Red
So
bottom.
of course, where's the money being spent? But also, like we mentioned before, you don't want the child to have such a varying difference from one household to the next. So if the child is getting a $20,000 experience at daddy house, but only at daddy house, 4 days out of a month?
Right.
Like that's we think about 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. It's really 4 days for that kid.
Facts.
So the majority of their time is going to be at home. So I think it does open a discussion for it to make it fair so that the child's experience is consistent. Now, 20,000, if she can prove that that money is being spent on where the child lives, its activities, its care, I get it. But according to what we know, the baby not sick.
Now child
5-year-olds.
I mean, child care is a lot, but goddamn.
Child care. What activities she in? Gymnastics? Like what other private training like things are going on?
Like what's going on?
And she don't wear no lace, so that's her real edges.
Like can't be like okay. So if we have to match the experience, make sure that that's allocated, like you said, to all the things that.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, make that come out of that's my little account that goes towards piano lessons, dance lessons, basketball.
But you
football.
saying that from the perspective that you would show up on time every time when that child needs it. All parents
I'm
don't do that.
talking all money. This is all money.
All money.
So all those financial experiences that they try to add into that and say, oh yeah, you need 20,000 and all that. If I gotta be in a position to pay $20,000 a month, I think you should be in a position where the value that you bring to my child equals out to $20,000 a month. Also.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
And to me, if there is a situation of matching up the lifestyles, when I think that maybe some housing should be in play, or maybe even a middle house. You know, like some spouses break up and
like
they have
shared space.
a shared house. Like he got his house over here, mama got her house over here, but technically this is the baby's house.
Yeah.
Because this week I'm coming over here with the baby, and this week you coming with the baby.
So good point. So like on child support orders, you have things called parental time, meaning like it allocates time for the custodial and the non-custodial.
Yeah.
Most situations, the mother is the custodial parent, meaning she's a primary parent. But when you was talking about that, Nolita, I was like, I'm thinking like, well, what about custody? Like, why can't the custody be joint? Maybe she spends more time with Tyrese. Would that bring the number down? Like you're saying, he has a career and everything, and you know, it's not. He just like she can hire a nanny to do. So can he?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She work too.
You
she
know,
probably work more consistently than he do.
Exactly. He probably don't have to work as much.
Right.
But we know that with young children, they pull for and naturally look for the presence of their mother more than the father. They want to be a part.
How so? You said a child pulls more for the mother.
Like
than
at
the father?
that young age. Like when they little babies, I feel like sometimes they want to be up under their mama a little bit more. They look to the mama a little bit more in a more nurturing way. They want to have fun with daddy. They want to wrestle this, that, and the third. But it's something about when I see little kids, they don't run to the daddy.
Right. Yeah.
Like, kids do.
Yeah. That's a natural. I think that's a natural.
You may not be the average father.
Right. Yeah. your feminine spirit.
He's emotionally available for his kids.
You know what I'm saying? Allows you to nurture a baby as a woman.
He said, "I'm a." No, you didn't.
When did the pod become about my mother?
Lord have mercy.
That's funny. Go ahead.
But I do get what you're saying in regards to that, because I feel like that's true, and then I feel like later on, that's when the father starts to really become the one that the kid gravitates to, whether she's daddy's girl or Papa's little boy.
The nurturing phase. I get what you're saying. I was just giving you shit about it because I'm a dad. You know what I'm saying? But
I know y'all get jealous about that sometimes.
It's okay because ultimately the kids gonna love the daddy. You know, it's just how it go. This is how it goes. So you can enjoy them while they little, when they brains all developing. Then when they get some sense, I'm going to daddy house. Mama tweaking. I can't be over here. She tripping.
You want me to wash the dishes every day?
Bruh, that's so crazy. So that's So I was watching this interview with Samantha, and she was talking about the divorce and just the process of the divorce.
Yeah.
And she made a statement in the divorce, and she states, nobody wins in divorce.
Facts.
She said, only person wins is the attorneys. And as you're going through as you're going through the divorce process, it gets ugly. It gets very ugly. It's like the lawyers on each side of the spectrum is trying to get the obviously the most for their client,
or
at least in this situation with Tyrese, because she divorced him, I believe, right? Because he was on his way home trying to save his
right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She divorced him. How would you feel, Wallace, if that happened to you? If you were married and you were coming home, let's just say you and your wife had a rocky couple weeks or a month or whatever, and you was coming home, you had every intention on fixing your marriage, getting counseling, marriage counseling, because they did premarital counseling also. And guess how many times they went?
So they was working at this.
Hold on. So guess how many times they went? I told you I did my homework on this topic.
Once.
One time.
Get out of here.
Samantha said they went to marital counseling, premarital counseling, one time, and the guys are actually
like, premarital.
Correct. Before they even got married.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I think
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was kind of like.
But
one time.
That concentrated time.
Yeah.
Because they spending so much time together, talking so much.
Rush love.
But my boy had the time to whip that prenup up.
Exactly.
She's trying to break it down.
He said, "Look, we got a template."
Yeah.
And I think that's necessary when you have a situation like that, and you always you hear these things about what we bring to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not literally, but you know what I'm saying. In some instances, like Tyrese, hey, I gotta know. Like, are you here for me? Or clearly she wasn't, but that was something that I took from it, that divorce and no one actually wins. So go ahead, Wallace. I said, how would you feel about that? You came home, everything gone. PlayStation.
In net 30 days.
Now, one other question: did they have divorce marriage counseling, like the counseling before they,
like the preventative?
Preventative.
I don't think so. I don't remember that in her interview.
I get the feeling that they did.
I think they had like some regular maybe couples counseling.
They mentioned Aventer Gray.
Right.
So like spiritual marital counseling.
Yeah. But I kind of felt like that the Aventer Gray counseling was for Aventer Gray. Like they had something at Tyrese's house. I could be wrong though, but just the way he said it, because he mentioned that they was, her and John Gray was going through.
They
something.
was going through their own thing, and then she left that, basically observing them, to then go pack.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
So
but how would I feel on my way home? My wife saying, "Hey, look, it's a wrap."
You got the song "Stay" playing in your heart. It's just ain't nobody
I was excited because I was falling
in love with you.
Oh, she made a song called.
Now that I'm falling, what am I gonna do?
Literally, what are you going to do?
I mean, it's tough because you got to try to fight for a family that the other side don't want. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a family no more. I want to be a you and a me. We was already a you and me in the marriage. Probably, in her opinion, he probably felt like, nah, we good. For him to be so surprised at this on the way home, I don't know. I kind of feel like in those situations, you kind of got to let the shit go. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the situation where you got the prenup in play. See, I think he thought the prenup, being that he had the prenup in place, it was just gonna be sweet. Yeah. But she ain't going. Cause she had he put the paperwork in play, but she trying to break the prenup. She trying to create a narrative. Yeah, create. And that's one of the one things that you, regardless of how wild shit has been going with Tyrese over the years, we've never really heard any true dirt about Tyrese.
That didn't come from him.
That didn't come from
himself.
Even the stuff that came from him, you never heard of him being abusive, mentally abusive to a woman,
not cheating.
You never heard none of that stuff. So you got to kind of, it's a stretch to try to create that narrative. People kind of try to look at him like, oh yeah, you had a couple mental breakdowns, maybe it was this, that, and the third. But listen to this last thing. Like I said, the clarity. He was clear.
No stuttering,
He wasn't laughing. He wasn't cracking jokes. He was clear as that. Hey, this is what it is, and you left me while I was trying to fight for my situation. Later on in the video, he said something about you. You shot your shot again during this process, and I told you no because I moved on and you moved on. And I ain't gonna tell y'all who she moved on with, but she moved on.
Who she moved on with? I don't know.
He said no. That's what he said. He didn't tell us.
Yeah.
So he said he was going, but he mentioned the girl he moved on with. He's like, when you found out I was her, you reached back out and tried to reconcile. Yeah. But no, it's too late. But why are you reconciling on something that you don't want? So that it's just one of those things where if you don't want me, I don't want you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Regardless of how much it's gonna hurt me or not, I'm gonna let you live, do your thing. Hey, we got this piece of paper in place. I'm gonna fight for my rights for my child. I need my parental rights, whatever the case may be. Hopefully, the prenup had something about parental rights in it. But I'm gonna fight for my child and for my money.
But maybe she did the spin the block because he said that he didn't recognize who she was, right? So let's just say she was in character. Yeah. It can be taxing to live a lie. So maybe she had to break character and felt like, okay, I'm done with this role. But now she didn't regain. Now she ready for a second act. And it's like, nah, sis. He understands that you were never being your authentic self. So you're never going to be able to convince him that the reality that he thought was his reality can ever be regained because he has to process the fact that he was living a lie.
He said, I got my heart broke.
You cheated me. You cheated me.
That's what he said.
Every day it's the little things like that. When somebody can wake up and it's not the big declaration at the wedding and I do. It's the I'm checking in with you on a Tuesday and we're just talking about how we feeling. And you probably lying dead to my face about how you truly feel. That's why I'm on a plane trying to get back to you because that's why it's a surprise. Because you were out here faking.
I have no idea what's going on.
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you? That you cheated me. You cheated me out of a relationship. You cheated me out of however many years that I could have been living with somebody else. I gave you a daughter or a son or whatever it was. that I could have gave to somebody else.
Yep.
You cheated me.
One thing you can't get back is time.
You can't get that time back.
You can't get back time. And from what I was saying, it seems like she's living in a state of regret. And this brother has clearly moved on.
What?
Because you made an emotional decision, and she admits this in the podcast, that she was in a situation where she was just emotional. And her advice to women that has ever got to that space, to take a minute. It's easy to say that after the fact. Mm-hmm. You know, I give her a little credit for being accountable in that space.
Yeah. But
also, I feel like it's kind of shit too, because women will always say, "Well, he fumbled me, and I'm the best thing that ever happened." Mm-hmm. I feel like this situation is reversed.
Right.
Like you fumbled a genuine dude. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they celebrities, and I don't get all off until they everyday life, but. A lot of people deal what they deal with, but just on a very micro level.
I kind of feel like she kind of validated what he said. You know what I'm saying? That she validated that spin back when she said, "I said that shit out of emotion." Or I did this out of emotion.
Yeah.
So now you know why she said, like, "Yo, let me come back," which validates your point of like, I'm ready for my second round. Hopefully, we can come to an agreement, and I can maybe be myself this time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's an insult to his intelligence because it's like. It's clear that you weren't being who you truly were. Right. You've admitted that, you know, you just weren't feeling anymore. Right. But you think that I'm dumb enough to go back. Be like, okay, and see. Like,